Let's get into 1.5. And I'm going to just call the other equations. So we have radical equations. If I remember correctly, step one is to get a radical by itself. And the reason why I said A is because what if I had two radicals in the equation? Right? What if I have three radicals in the equation? Get one of them by itself. Raise both sides by its root or index. Three is going to be solve and check. So I'm going to only tell you to check when you really need to check. I'm not going to just say check just because I'm going to be giggling in my office because I made you do more work. Not that kind of guy. Okay. So I say check, but only the even roots. Meaning, if it's a square root problem, check it. If it's a fourth root problem, check it. Sixth root problem, check it. If it's cube root, fifth root, got it? Does that make sense on even roots? Yes. Eighth root, check it. Okay. Question?
What is an even root?
So anytime that is a square root, so you know how on a radical, if there is no number in the wedge, meaning here, if there's no number there, it's assumed to be a 2, which is a square root. Okay. However, other times there could be numbers in here like a cube root or a fourth root or a fifth root, sixth root, and so on. Okay. So anytime that this root or index is an even number, that's why I'm calling it an even root. Make sense? So if it's a 6 or a 4, or if there's no number there like this, then you want to check the problem. If it's odd, like a 3, don't worry about it. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a problem. Cool. So I want to do that to you guys. That'll be nice. I think I'll play a time. What does the first step mean when I say get a radical by itself? Okay. Got to track the 4 over to the other side. And then I have to square both sides. this way here. So, all right, and then what?
Go for again. On the other side.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that this will become 2x minus 4 is equal to 16? And then add the 4. Like that? Just like that. Do I need to check this?
Yes.
Because the root or index is actually 2 here. So we do need to check. And anytime I check this, I always need to check with the original. I already know the answer to this. So 2 times 10 is what? Minus 4. Square root of that. So it's 4 plus 4 equal to 0.
8.
8 is definitely not equal to 0. So can I use 10 as a solution?
No.
No. So my solution is no solution. But ladies and gentlemen, you already know this. Why did I just go through so much work for what I already know in the second step? I mean, step 1. I already know this here. When in the world can you take a square root of something and get a negative 4 out of it? Never. All right. So that's the reason why the check is in place. In case that you forget something like this, the check will catch that for you. Yes.
You're not gonna lab things with the.
Lab work.
Yeah, that. And we had like a problem with this. Do you want us to do it all out and then like check it and then say no solution, or can we just like circle that and be like no solution?
Explain why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with you not going all the way through. Because if you already go, duh, there's no solution here, right? Then say it's because you can't take a square root of any number and get negative 4. So therefore there's no solution. Period. Done. I'm good with that. Right? But if you go through it and you're like, no solution and not explain that, then so I'd rather you share more than not share enough. Okay. Any questions? Nada. Hi. You want to do one on your own? Yeah. So these are what I call oils. Not as in like oil, like olive oil. No. It's spelled OYO, which is on your own. All right. Maybe this is how we end the day. Square x squared minus x minus 7. Is equal to x plus 3. In case the ones in the back can't see it, there you guys go. Now you guys can. Good luck. If anybody can figure out how to get me a soundboard for this Zoom meeting, that'd be great. Cause I wanna be able to play like the Jeopardy theme song right now while you guys are working on this, right? It'd be great if I ask a question and nobody can answer it, or nobody's answering it, I can at least play like the dial tone or the cricket noise. Right? Wouldn't that make class a little better? Just a little bit, right? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but at least I can laugh. Right? Just think, yeah. Graph is right by itself. I'll raise both sides by head. So readings. Readings, awesome. Graph. 8, 5, call it back. This ring here. So in here, that there will not be 2. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, when you bring it back in. Oh, that's nice. Well, 16th square is what? 150, 150, no, 256 over 25. You can plug that in and calculate. See that? What is this? Well, it's gonna do, can it like open? I think that opens to the garage door. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? X squared goes away. Do you get 16 over 7 also? Not yet. Well, someone else had an answer. So she got 16 over 5. You got 16 over 7. And you got.
Well, I got negative.
You got negative 16 over 7. And you got messed up somewhere. You can't do that, dude. You gotta write that out twice in foil. Got it. You see a square turn equal sign, right? So you got everything on one side and then you go to 0. So what's the problem? So you got 16 over 7. You did. You got negative 16 over 7. But you gotta check it now.
I know, I just want to write the solution, but
You can't do that. You're the first person that I know that likes to wear a shirt that says Buffalo, New York. Who wears a shirt from Buffalo, New York? Because you're from Buffalo, New York?
No, sounds like a.
Wearing Buffalo. I'm
It's like in Rochester, actually, but.
but I got a Buffalo shirt.
Like flying to Buffalo sometimes.
Where in Rochester?
It's like right on the lake, that lake called.
Ontario.
Yeah, that one.
2 minutes. Let's just see.
Graduated from Greece Athena.
What?
I graduated from Greece Athena. I taught at Canandaigua. And she's like, those sound familiar.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, did you grow up in Webster? Okay,
Had like a house there.
gotcha. You got that too. All right, so now we gotta figure out why you got
Yeah,
that.
I don't know why. I applied to the first thing I should have gone on. Oh, true. I subtracted it.
Let's see.
Yep. X squared minus x minus 7, and then you got FOIL this side, you got write this out twice. Just like we did over here. When we did this, I'll write out twice and then double distribute. You gotta do the same with that. Anytime you have a binomial squared, you have to do that. You have to write it out twice in FOIL. You did not. Not yet, because when you subtract it, because remember, when you see a square term and equal sign, you want to get everything to one side. So get everything to one side. But the problem is that when you move square, x squared goes away. So now you just have a regular problem. So x is on one side, numbers on the other. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I said anything about this, but if you happen to have a tablet and you want to do the lab work on the tablet, export that as a PDF file, submit that, you're welcome to do that. Okay.
Notes on Apple also lets you screenshot stuff. And like, or scan things.
Yes, it does. And you might be able to connect that with your Canvas students and submitting it that way. But be warned, it might not submit. You want to definitely check on the computer to make sure. Okay, now that we have negative 1 minute left, let me show you guys this. This is going to be that, okay? Because you have to square both sides. Because the index is a 2. On the left side, the square root goes away. On the right side, you actually have to write the x plus 3 twice and FOIL it. I see a square term and equal sign, so I'm thinking, ooh, quadratics. So I start moving things over to the other side, but when I subtract the x squared, it goes away. So then I have a regular equation. I no longer have a quadratic. That means I just gotta get x's to one side and numbers on the other. So that's what I'm gonna do. However, I need to check this. Now, I want you guys to understand something. When it comes to the exam, I think on the lab, on the exam, I don't care if you show the check or not, because I don't look at your work. So if you want to plug that work in the calculator to see if it worked out or not, I'm good with that. Does that make sense? Now the lab work, you can kind of show me the work on the check, right? But if you were to put in the square root of and you guys did that, and you did the what does it come up to be? 256 over 49 plus 16 over 7 minus 7. If you were to put this in your calculator and say it's the square root of blah blah blah, and it came out, I'm good with that. I'm not looking for you to say I need to get a common denominator. Okay, got it. Multiply times 5 by 7, and I get this, this, and this. I'm not looking for that. We're a little bit past that now. Make sense? We want to go a little bit above that. And that's why when I do the notes, I'm only doing one example, and it's like, hey, we got to move. But I'm good when you ask me questions as well. Okay? And we're. Oh, wait a minute, we still have. Am I over?
Welcome on 45.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
So no solution.